Hey guys, Caller here, bringing you set 2 of Jangbi versus Yellow Arnak, and it is going to be on the map of Byzantium 2. Byzantium, not Istanbul nor Constantinople. But anyway, Jangbi is up 1-0. Good, comfortable lead here going into the second game of this best of 3, especially on Byzantium. He's got to be feeling confident here. So far, I believe no Zergs have ever won against Protoss on this map, which you know, makes it a little bit questionable for map balance, just a little bit. But you know, we're going to have to see whether Yarnak can break that curse for Zergs. It's something like 0 and 9. Of course, that's including statistics from Byzantium 1, which was slightly different. But regardless, you know, so far, if no Zergs have won, then it's probably not a great map. But we'll see, though. Here is Yellow Arnak. Sorry, this is Jangbi here spawning in orange at the 7 o'clock location. Yellow Arnak is the brown Zerg at the 1 o'clock location. Yarnak did pretty well in the last series against Type B, but, you know, Yarnak, you know, he's not a bad player, but he's certainly got his weaknesses, and one of his weaknesses is against Protoss. He's very strong against Terran, actually, as we saw against Fly. Oh my goodness! We're seeing a 5-pool here. Yeah, that was a 5-pool or a 4-pool, in fact. I think it was, well, it could have been a 4-pool or a 5-pool, but he didn't shoot to his base fast enough. And this is going to be a problem, though, because Yarnak is at cross positions away from the Protoss player, and it's going to be his last scouting location, I believe. Maybe he'll send out a drone scout, and it'll also be a long rush distance, of course. So I think it could have been a 5-pool, actually. Generally, you want to go 5-pool against Protoss, 4-pool against Terran, or so I've heard. And we'll see if Jangbi decides to go Gateway first here or Forge first. Most likely Forge first. Yeah, there's the Forge first. So Yarnak might be trying to reverse fortunes here with this early aggressive 5-pool. Now, 5-pools are not always all-in moves against Protoss. If there's sort of there can be sort of a draw situation where the Protoss loses a couple of drones, loses a couple of probes, but the Zerg player doesn't finish the Protoss off, in which case it can actually reset. We'll see if that happens, though. In this case, it's going to be interesting. We're going to see, okay, so Jangbi is going to scout him second. He's going to build the cannons, but oh no, he doesn't have a probe ready to do so. He's actually probably going to build the cannons inside of his main base. Yeah, that's actually a smart idea. He's putting the pylon up in his main, so he's going to abandon the forge, though, and that pylon up there. Jangbi is going to lose those, certainly, and that's going to set him behind here quite a lot. He might be able to hold on to his main. I think he will be able to hold on to his main, though. And I remember Best tried to do this against July. He actually managed to survive the early part. This was in the OSL finals, of course, game 1. He actually managed to survive the early rush, and Yarnak not taking the bait. He knows that the cannons are going up inside the main base. Here he goes with those Zerglings. If he can take down the cannon, of course, it will be over, or take off all, you know, a lot of those probes. But meanwhile, we're going to see some good dancing here from Jangbi. He's going to need to be careful, though. If that pylon's taking a lot of damage here. If that pylon goes down, it's going to be GG also. Meanwhile, probes coming around here. They're not in position to block, though. Pylon's about to go down. Pylon goes down. Another pylon trying to go up here. But right now, there's nothing separating Yarnak from victory here on this map. It looks like he's only got 3 lings, though. So good probe micro right now from Jangbi. Jangbi trying to get up a... Oh, man, and good probe fighting there inside of Yarnak's base. And wow, Jangbi is held. Ladies and gentlemen, Jangbi has held this rush, and that was just crazy. Yarnak is at free will to kill off the forge, of course, but meanwhile, those two probes have killed off at least 1 drone inside of Yellow's base. I really can't tell who's economically ahead here. Oh, he's going to get a 3rd drone here. Wow. Yarnak with a nice counterattack here, using his 2 scouting probes to pick off a couple of these drones. And looks like Yarnak is recovering the hit points on his drone there by morphing it into an extractor. Oh, this is actually going to slow Jangbi down quite a lot. This gateway is unpowered because the first pylon went down. So, at this point, I actually would say that Yarnak is ahead. He's gotten his natural expansion down already. Jangbi, meanwhile, has an unpowered gateway, no forge, and yeah, pretty much that's it for him. He's going to have no forge, and he's going to have to start over from scratch, basically. He's probably going to go for a 1-base tech build here. Certainly not a bad idea. He's already gotten gas up, though, so he's not going to be that far behind. But meanwhile, we're seeing Yarnak just take his economic advantage here. Now that he's killed off a couple probes, he's delayed Jangbi significantly. He's just going to go for this economy build here, getting 3 hatches already, and probably another hatch, although we could be seeing that kind of strange strategy from last time again, where he goes for 3 hatch and the Spire. We'll have to see, though. And there is, of course, a critical difference in that Jangbi's gone for one-base tech here. He's already got his Cybernetics core up. I'm not sure if Yarnak is aware of this. He should have an Overlord over there pretty soon, though. And here's Jangbi's first-person point of view. Like I said, this is one of those games where the 5-pool didn't end the game. It's kind of like when the Protoss goes Proxy Gateway and doesn't end. It just changes the game. It changes the economic advantage. I'd say that Yarnak has an economic advantage right now, but especially now that he has an advantage, especially now that he's detected this. I would say he has a game advantage overall. He knows that there is some kind of tech build going down here, and we'll see what it is. Looks like it's gonna be fast Templar here, so we could be seeing a fast Templar rush. A Zealot plus high Templar rush. Probably an Archon Zealot rush, and that could be interesting. Mix in a couple of DTs also, perhaps. We'll have to see, though. And we're still not seeing a lair here from Yarnak. Maybe he's going to decide to go for a 3-hatch Hydralisk, because that could be a possibility. Interesting, though. Interesting play here. And meanwhile, we're actually seeing a pylon going up at the front door again, so maybe he's thinking about getting another Forge and then going for the expansion. We'll have to see from Jangbi, though. There's the lair going up for Yellow Arnak, and Yellow Arnak just has had problems throughout this entire, well, in the first game, certainly, with getting rid of that scouting probe. I think he should be building more Lings, getting that speed upgrade just to kill that probe. It's so important to deny your opponent this kind of information that Jangbi is getting for free. And Jangbi is also going to be putting up a Gateway and a Forge in the front here. Meanwhile, Yarnak running 5 Lings across. He still doesn't have speed, though, so he's not going to do that much damage. He might be able to pick off these probes here, actually. Getting 1 probe already, and Lings are still faster than Zealots, though. But he's not going to be able to do too much. Actually, no! He's got more Lings coming down, so Yarnak might have just gone 3-hatch. He might have just built a lot of Lings here, and once again, Jangbi in big trouble here. He's going to lose the Forge once again. Those cannons in the front going down also. Nice work from Yellow Arnak. I really have to say, the one thing that Jangbi might have is a DT coming out. I'm not sure if Yarnak has an Overlord around. He doesn't have an Overlord around, so that's going to stop this attack cold. It looks like he's actually not even going to try to stop it with this attack. He's not going to try to stop this attack with that DT. It might be a mistake, though. There's just 1 cannon and a lot of probes blocking, though, for that 1 cannon. Now, it's going to come down to whether Yarnak knows there is a DT approaching his base and whether he can prevent himself from losing too many drones, because he doesn't look like he has any Zerglings left in his base. He's probably just waiting to try to get mutas, and we're seeing here trying to break in here with his Lings. This is going to be close here. He's going to pick off some of these probes. No, wow. He's getting absolutely nada here with his Lings. Wow, all those Lings just got completely destroyed here. Now Yarnak knows, because he's seen the... Wow, man, this is going to be really bad for Yarnak. You can hear the Koreans going, oh my god, there are no Overlords and no forces inside this main base. A lot of drones are going to go down here. 3 drones, 4 drones, hello. Wow, I mean, Jangbi just has the ability to take advantage of these situations. I mean, despite being really far behind there, for a second I thought he was going to lose the game. That sneak was absolutely critical, and that slow Overlord, I don't think it's going to be able to stop the spawning pool from going down, in fact. That's going to be really bad. Certainly, he's going to have mutas out pretty soon, but not soon enough, I think. Well, no, looks like... Oh, it won't get that pool, actually. Alright, so the mutas are going to be coming out pretty soon. He's stopped the gas production for a while, though, so Jangbi is not going to be facing as many mutas as he would be otherwise. Second DT also going up towards the front base. Also, there's a sunken colony up there, though, so I think it'll be okay. And the problem is Jangbi cannot... I'm sorry, Yarnak cannot allow that DT to survive inside of his base. We saw what happened last game. He's going to try to pick it off right now, actually. The DTs are so sneaky. They can come back in the middle of the battle and then get some more kills. And oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Yarnak. Oh, man. As a Zerg player, this hurts. Okay. Actually, the drones took care of it because there was already 2 sunken hits. But I just... it is so annoying when the Protoss player does this. Of course, if you guys have played Zerg and faced a good Protoss with good DT control and just good game sense, they can be so annoying with these DTs. Just harassing your drones over and over again, coming back during frantic moments when you're busy microing and just killing a couple more drones off. And of course, you don't get any kind of message about losing your drones. And you know, that affects even the best of all players because they can't constantly be checking their minimaps. Although I did get a response from a viewer who said that Nowra says he checks his minimap every 3 seconds. Although his minimap wouldn't even show that he's under attack, though. Alright, so DT is going to get picked off. Oh man, it's not getting picked off. Wow, that DT has 10 kills already between Lings and drones, and Yarnak has unable to harass because he's bringing his mutas back to deal with this one pesky DT. If Jangbi wins this game, this one DT would have been a big contributor to his victory. I'm surprised that Yarnak hasn't built just a couple more overlords to get more vision inside of his base. This has given Jangbi enough time to get 2 Archons and his natural expansion up, so Jangbi really has come back in his game here. I'd say he's actually ahead right now, because Yellow Arnak is at mutas, but he can't really do much with these Mutalisks. And he's going to lose his spawning pool also. Oh no, the spawning pool is going to go down. This is what I mean, Jangbi just destroying Yarnak piece by piece with one Mutalisk. Looks like Jangbi is going to take some damage on the Archon, but not able to, Yarnak not able to take it down with those mutas. Yarnak, I don't know what he's been doing with his Mutalisk, though. He could have been getting a harass off before those cannons warped in, but he didn't. And now that DT's still alive, looks like it's going to sacrifice himself. He's going to give himself away to a Dune to pick off 3 more drones. Nice hero DT there. Going to be buried in the blue sands of Shakuras for his noble actions. And, you know, certainly... that's just gotta be annoying for Yarnak. Yarnak, just look at how few drones he's got in his main base. I mean, Jangbi's definitely in the lead now economically, and Jangbi has definitely the tech right now necessary to defeat him. He's just gonna need a couple more Archons, probably speed upgrade for his Zealots, and that'll be a great counter against Muta Ling. I don't think Yarnak has the time to go for a switch to Hydralisks at this point. I think he's going to have to get the deal done here with Mutalisks, or he's going to lose this game, despite starting off with a 5 pool and doing relatively well there, I think. Slowing the Jangbi down considerably, you know, in the beginning, but that one DT just swung the game around. Very, very impressive. Of course, it's not over. I mean, if he gets lucky here, he might be able to get a good surround here on these Archons. Maybe Jangbi will make a mistake and get them isolated or something, but good micro here against Archons. It is possible to have a Mutalisk micro against Archons. Mutalisks have more range than Archons do, but it is very, very difficult. And see, I mean, that is actually really, really beautiful micro there by Yarnak, using his 11 mutas. Oh, he got caught 2 times, 3 times. Oh, just as I was going to say that, Yarnak, you lose your, you know, you get 3 hits on your mutas, and they're at almost, you know, 1/4 health, pretty much. And looks like this Archon is not going to be able to get into the main base. These mutas are going to pick apart these Zealots. Well, looks like he's actually was saving the Archon to deal with these Mutalisks. The Zealot's working on the Sunkens, but this attack's going to get stopped. A lot of these mutas are at almost no health, though, so Jangbi has done some damage. Meanwhile, his economy is stronger than Yarnak's. Yarnak has still not picked up another expansion. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough for him. Of course, he doesn't have time to be building Hydralisks, or even drones for that matter. Just not enough time. And he's going to have to get it done with just Mutalisks. I don't know if he can, though. For now, Jangbi only has 1 Archon, so maybe an attack at the main would actually work out. There's only 2 cannons defending it. He's going to go for the main, in fact. Okay, so this might be one of his... he needs to not get hit by those Archons. Those Mutalisks have almost no health, and... still going to be really difficult here. Some good micro, but, I mean, there's limits to micro against Archons. You know, it's like fighting with dragons or something. Anyway, but... is he going to get hit by the Archon? Looks like the Archon got confused there. Those Archons just chasing him around. This is really bad, because... Jangbi can also get Sonic Storm, and right now all he needs are just Archons. He can just use every bit of gas for High Templar, and there's absolutely nothing Jangbi can do at this point. Jangbi just trying to pick off a couple more probes. Decent harass, but it's going to end pretty soon. There's only probably about 7 Mutalisks here, and Jangbi is just looking outclassed here in these first 2 games so far, at least. I didn't like how he built this game. Once again, I didn't like the 3 hatchery Muta build. I really think he should have gone for Hydras and try to end the game sooner that way. You know, because his opponent was so far behind, and he was going for this 1-base tech strategy, and the Mutas are not a great counter against 1-base tech. What you actually want to do is get Hydralisks in mass or Lurkers, because your opponent just isn't going to have enough gas off of 1 base to deal with Lurkers properly, to get all those Observers and High Templar and Goons. So they're going to be contained for quite a while. Meanwhile, you can take over the map, but instead Jangbi went for, Yarnak went for this Mutalisk build, and now I think he's going to get crushed. Those Archons are just going to go in and deal with those Mutalisks, which are pretty much the only army Yarnak has. Meanwhile, the Zealot's going to take care of everything else on the ground here, and those Mutalisks are just getting chased around here, still trying to do damage. GG coming from Yellow, though. Good game Jangbi playing once again very, very well. 2-0 now going into the third game, and Yellow Arnak, despite you know, getting through a rather difficult road to get this point, looks like he's probably not going to move on. We might be seeing a rematch then of Jangbi versus Cal. Jangbi versus Cal, of course, fought together in the, I believe it was the 2 MSLs ago, and Cal eventually won and ended up facing Jaedong and losing terribly against Jaedong. But you know, it was definitely a very interesting and very close Protoss versus Protoss series between them two, and so, you know, we could be seeing that again. Anyway, stay tuned for Game 3, which is going to be on Medusa. Thanks for watching.